Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's session. First of all, I would like to wish everyone happy Dhanteras and to you and your families. So, let's begin. I hope I am audible and clear. Okay, thank you, Anil. All right, today most of it the session will be about scanning, and today is a very important session in the sense not today, but the scanning session today, which is when you identify that the probability of the stock market now turning up is high. So that sort of a session is today. So today is where you have a clean slate and go and have fun about it. So a very small presentation I've made just so that I don't miss any point. First of all, a small bit of announcement. I am going to disappear from 31st October to 21st November. Okay, so about 20 days, and I will still probably be reachable on WhatsApp, but I will try my best to not reply anyone as much as I can. And that's why the HPA this week will also not be happening. I will still try and update the market breadth almost every day. So that's the quick announcement, right? So now let's get back to the session. So even before talking about what makes a good stock right now, let's quickly spend some time looking at the market breadth. Okay, so the breadth is basically in this sheet. The number of stocks that are above the 10-day moving average has considerably uh, increased, or the breadth has improved, shall we say. So what we had at October 25th was 7.75%, and right now we are above 21. So basically we went to the undersold level and we are now just going up. So this is also why I told that this is a very important session for scanning. Uh, the other way to look at breadth, this is the trend and this is the momentum, right? So trend and momentum are slightly different things. So in from the at the momentum front also, we have the M swing score now. We were very close to a 20, and now we have a not marked but okay, a pretty good increase in the number of stocks which are now in momentum. So so these are the two major things, and the other thing which we look at is the net 4% breadth, and that is also after crossing zero on 28. Today it basically, I mean, the first half was slightly terrible, and I had a fear that it might again dip, but it somehow did manage to stay afloat, and 2 days of highly bullish numbers. I mean, this is not highly bullish, but still better to our liking, right? So these are the breadth breadth figures, which basically tells us that market is probably trying to find a bottom and then reverse. And on the chart front, if you look at, all right, now this, if you look at a couple of key key indices, you can see that Nifty 500, this was a big red candle. Yesterday was a inside bar. Today, half the day, it looked like an inside bar. And had it been an inside bar, it would have been also good. But it actually did break out of yesterday's high. And if you can see from the past couple of days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, last 6 days, we continuously making at least one low. So someday we had both lower high and lower lows, but almost every day we had lower highs. So today we had a higher high and higher low on a daily time frame. So that's a very good thing. We haven't, of course, changed the trend on a daily time frame, but if you look at the other intraday time frame, which I like the most, which is the 25-day time frame, you will see that there is a trend change here. So this lower low and lower high has been clipped. And if you look at Nifty, and this is how Brian Shannon also reads his charts, right? So the 5 DMA is very essential apparently to him. And again, I will not uh, uh, I will not disagree with that. And you can see that today we slightly, I mean, again, like I said, this is very early. We still are in a no, I want to be very clear that we are still in like hard money, no money zone, right? But what we are doing right now is looking at signs that, okay, things are probably or will get better is all we are doing. So after continuously trading below its 5 DMA, the Nifty 50 also has a higher low and possibly challenging the previous high. So throughout the day, I mean throughout couple of days, what I have been doing is like clipping the AVWAP from potential highs and trying to see if the market sort of respects that or breaks up from it. So the this would be a very important level, and you relay it here. And sort of right now the Nifty 50 is again around the same AVWAP from the most recent relayed AVWAP. So Nifty 50 is still not out of the water, and also not CNX 500, but CNX 500 slightly showed a little bit of a bullish bias than that. So all I'm saying is that things could turn up well, okay? And we have some breadth data to back that up as well. But in the same breath, I'm saying that this is just we are trying to find. I mean, we are not at all out of the waters. Okay, so I just want to be very clear about that. Now, once we get the breadth out of the way, let's look at the scanning process. Now, the process, the question basically I ask myself is, what makes a good stock right now? And I have listed majorly 4 points here, which every one of us know. The first and foremost, always, whatever the market scenario might be, is a relative strength. And relative strength would basically means that, hey, markets have gone down in the recent past, recent like last month or so, but which are the stocks that did the opposite, right? And it's very easy to find that. We go through the top 100 list, and most of the names on the top 100 list are the names which haven't gone down. Perhaps we'll go and look at that. The second most important thing would be the group strength. And then the question is, okay, of course, you will have more than 50, 60, 70, 80 stocks right now, which will have a relative strength. But from fine tune them, the best ones from them, is better to pick the stocks which are moving as a group, right? So since some time, pharmaceuticals have been the group. More recently, let's say the financials and banks have started, right? So those are the things you have to back check. Okay, this is the stock, this is the setup that looks really good. Is the group also strong? And that's the question. The third point is again very important, not just the right stock, right group. Oftentimes, the entry point is also really important for you to put a stop loss which is very small. So low risk basically means not very extended. And how do you find things which are not very extended? They are oftentimes stocks which are around key moving averages. And right now 50 is a pretty good moving average. Anything that did not break 50 is a good stock right now in my opinion, right? So anything which is really good, is flagged up well, has some big base and all, and is not very much away from 50. If you can't find 50, then 20 would be a stock which is of low risk. And the last bit I would like to add is stocks which has already declared its results. Hopefully it's already declared. It's never good to buy stocks, or I mean as a trader is what I'm saying, to hold stocks which is going to declare results soon, because price behaves very erratically, not erratically, but with very high volatility around results. And most of you have experience with that, So, and by good result, I don't know what a good result is. Maybe many of you in the group know what a good result is. But for me, a good result is always when the price reacts positively to the result that has been announced, right? So these are the major four things which we get to see. Now let's begin. I also have a clean slate today. First we'll go through a couple of setup specific scanners, and then we'll mark all the good setups, and then from there we can again go through the mark setups to find things which, like, let's say if you have 30 names, then out of those 30 names, how can we then dial down to let's say 4 or 5. Okay, all right. Yes, Monish. Mm-hmm. uh, um, yeah, so what I'm saying is, if you, I mean, I could not hear a little bit of you because I think you turned on your monitor. But what you're saying, what you're asking is like how to see the group strength, is it? Hmm. Hmm. Yes. 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 And I'll show. Mm, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, you are absolutely correct, and that line of reasoning is absolutely correct. It's just that what I mean is this, right? So let's say you have five stocks, okay, and then four, and they are equally good in every metric you judge them, okay. Um, and out of those five, let's say there are four stocks which has the group strength behind them, like that, okay, you can classify this under this group so and so, and you can see that there has been clearly money flowing in these four groups, and then this is five which you sort of cannot be sure about the group strength. Now, what I'm saying is, at this current moment of time, when we are still not sure if the markets are going to go up or not, I would rather bet on the four. Uh, if if given a choice, I would rather go with the four, just from the because it gives me a slightly better uh, sort of as from a risk point of view. Okay, yeah. But your reasoning is absolutely good, and that's why we don't care about anything else. We just go through the top 100 list because one it's top 100 में आया तो obviously a strong ही होगा. Okay, so now we have a clean slate, and I also haven't done this, so I am going to do this with you. So what I did was I cleaned up all my red list things which were on my this is not there right now. Okay, so let's first and all of the scans will be from the website itself. Just a minute. So again, from a setup point of view, all I look at is the low risk pullback entry and the tightness, and if I want to be more specific, then I also look at the inside bars and stuff like that. Okay, so what I will currently do is I'll start with the names which are in the low risk pullback setup, and handful of names. So prisms on looks okay. Looks okay. Okay, skipper is something which I like, just because the fact that it has a prior uptrend. it has a very nice prior uptrend and still, right about 1021. Okay, it's gone awfully uh, so that's about it in the low risk section. How about the tightness section? Okay, similar names. Newland is tight. Coforge is very tight. So, nope. Okay, there is something which yeah, I think this bar is putting me off. But it's actually the price action after that is actually not bad. So, okay, let's just put it first line of filter, right? So, a handful of names which are at low risk and also tight. So now let's move on to the directly to top 100 list, and then we will also see the top 100 what's the name liquid list. So most of these names are really good in my opinion. Man Aluminium has not felt anything from the market pressure. There is something definitely going on well here. Dynamic cables. So this was results day, and the next day it was a huge gap up. I actually traded this intraday as well, I think. Yes, but right now it's extended. So but again, if you go through, so the risk of this guy going away is not there if you, because it will be in the list, like somewhere here very near. So although I'm not gonna clip it, it'll be here. So RGL is also very strong. You can see that there is clearly buying coming off from below. And do not worry about today's volume, because most of it is actually buying volume. So sometimes what I mean, at the beginning of my journey, I used to see, oh, volume itna zyada hai, red day hai. Nahi, aisa nahi hota hai. This is actually a good volume. Care also, again, this is on a huge gap up on results, something I traded on that day. But currently it's extended. Anup, again, this stock has a good character. Like every time it goes sideways, then moves something. So currently that move is already done, I guess. So I will leave it. Somehow 63 moons look really good to me. It's about to break out of this big base. And what excites me here is this humongous volume on the flag, and it could be that it will take some time for this base right side to form, but it's certainly something which one can have a look, or one can have in your radar. Amber is also highly bullish, and whenever this breaks out from here, it could be. Taril also looks highly bullish to me, but because I already have a 5%er in my portfolio right now, I am not interested in buying another 5%er, and also I will not be able to manage them very this one. So Ajmera Realty also very very good name, and this is also something which you can use to separate out stocks. I mean, when there are a lot of stocks, right? So Ajmera Realty has just broken out of the big base, and this is the first consolidation after the big base breakout. So this will also add another layer of low riskness, because this is just starting the possible up move. So for example, just a little detour here, how gold broke out of this big base, this huge base, and the first sort of pullback or going sideways is always a very low risk. So something like that is possibly happening in a lot of stocks. Ajmera is one too. Motilal Oswal is a really great name, right? So any time it breaks out of these is an entry in my opinion. Jyoti Structures broke out today, and yeah, I really got a magnificent entry today. Unicam Labs also look okay to me, but I'm sure we will have a lot of names better than this. BSE looks fantastic. Sky Gold, okay. I mean, I'm probably gonna base a little longer here. You also look every stock from its own unique angle to see if there is already some sort of character that it has, So Sky Gold, after like a sort of an extended move, it inherently comes at least to the 10, 21 or to the 50. So I think that something like that is going to happen. MCX, I actually did not see this. Possibly some of the scanners have gotten it today, but this was an entry. This was a clear entry. This is a clear leader. Nothing happened to MCX during this downtrend, so somehow I missed it. But I quickly want to check. Something here. Um, um, yeah, I mean the scanners also missed it. Not sure how, but this is an entry again. Um, Web Solar, a possible entry, but many of you don't like 5% stocks, and 5% stocks are very difficult to get an entry. Most of them, once they start moving, they will move in. This one, what is that? Circuit. So pre-camshaft is actually a stock which I like, and very similar to something I discussed earlier. It's also possibly at the beginning of a bigger base, larger base. Okay, so this is also not a blockbuster, but still a good one. Sharda Cropcam. Yeah, I mean the perfect entry is gone here. Possibly yesterday post result was a good day, but again yesterday markets were not so. EPAC is again a very strong stock. Did not have much effect of the market. I'll just clip it. Maybe 5% will. Yatharth again very similar, but right now there is no entry here. IIFLC, very nice 50 DMA low risk entry if it breaks out, and also has a character, and according to that looks Panacea again very according to the character bounces from the 50, but maybe the 5% circuit will. Vishnu Chemical, now Vishnu Chemical is clearly one of the leaders if specialty chemicals is will do what I think is going to do. I mean, I'm not sure from the fundamental point of view, but from technical point of view, specialty chemicals has been showing huge strength. So Vishnu Chemical also, it's actually a big base breakout here, the fast pullback, and then now again it's starting to trend up. This is also again another big base breakout. So although it looks slightly extended, but an entry here is also will not be a bad entry. But again, Hyrect, this is a conundrum, not a conundrum, but this is something which I am not. I'm not sure if it is my bias or if it is my inability to understand price action. But transformers look very good, very strong to me, but at the same time also it looks very extended. So therein lies my conundrum. But whatever it is, Hyrect is very strong right now. They're also like very small market cap, so I'm not sure. Some of you might would want to avoid that. Um, Similarly, yes, and Deepak Fertilizers again coming from that chemical sort of basket. Although this might not be specialty chemical, but chemical as a whole is also doing really well. So today was Deepak on earnings. So always going forward also because of these how. So this is basically a sign, this is basically a sign that big money or whoever who can move the market, who can move stock like Deepak Fertilizer has liked it, and this is a vote of confidence sort of whenever you see price actions around the earnings, and you always there is a level of safety in all those stocks. So currently again today would have been a better entry, but I mean it's slightly extended for me, so I'll not click it. This is also a good stock again, uh, but there is something which I don't like. I don't know what it is. I think it's very like there's a volatility is very high. Angel One is a great stock. I mean, yeah. So this is at the right side of the big base breakout. And I'm pretty sure at some point of time we will see this guy knocking at the ATH door and above, and if that kind of fairy tale has to come true, this is a good entry. In fact, today was a good PVC entry here, and still definitely not extended. So windlass could be an entry today, although it did not materialize better, but today's action definitely shows strength and has been strong since some time now. I mean, yeah. I mean, positionally, one would like to enter somewhere here, right? This was a big base breakout here. This was actually one of my three last year Diwali picks with AWHCL, Windlass, and the other one I forgot, some diagnostic name. But but for short-term trading is still fine. I will not clip it though because there will be a lot of names now. PPL Pharma again on result was a good entry. Right now seems slightly extended, but this is also tightness traders, short-term tightness traders had an entry today, did not materialize. I'll not clip it just because we probably have more better low risk names like this one, Sharda Energy, right? So so this is also a good name. Current Blue, Sirma on earnings. Now this is so anywhere right now for looking at the structure, I am not so keen on this, but because on a larger time frame it's still lower, making lower highs. We still haven't broken out of the previous high, right? So that's why I'm not very keen on this because that is not I don't buy inside the base so that's the only reason, but it looks really strong. So I would not clip it though. Sasken, there's a lot of volatility here. Okay, so this space is also really good. Nuvamas and all those, and I think Wealth is also a good name, but 5%er. So I'll just not clip it for now. Red Tape looks fine to me, but I just don't know how strong this footwear apparel stuff is. But I'll still clip it because it looks good. It's Kitex has been a leader in this textile space, but 5%. So you take your call. Radico is perhaps the leader in this in this space, but currently there is some not so great looking candles there. So I'll just pass. Goldium was a leader at some point for sure. I mean, leader in the sense like there is 4 or 5 of jewelry names which has done really good, and we all know them. But after now, you see that it's basing for like some time, and we also have lower highs. The 50 has also caught up. So if there is any time to buy Goldium, that would be here. So this is like strength plus low risk max. So the paint space has been strong in some time now. So indigo paints again. This is something which is still in the base but very near. So if I show you the a weekly chart, you will appreciate that the strength has just began, and perhaps there is a there is an invisible line of resistance here. But if this guy continues to show strength, if not now, in the pullback next, when this line is being crossed, that entry would be a good positional entry as well as swing entry. So keep a watch on this guy. Prungulia is Vishnu is again comes. Somehow I thought that this was a chemical stock. I don't know why. But again, this is a big base sort of breakout pullback. This is also a strong name. 5-star is also a strong name. This is a big base breakout and then the first pullback. So these names are these sites are always a good entry for not just swing trading but also for positional trading. Now, I mean, I like almost half of the top 50 names. So if anyone likes metals, National Aluminium has been one of the strongest. I somehow cannot trade them for good. Tips Music had entry here. Again, like 50 DMA. 50 DMA is Coforge is probably going to break out very soon. Now, yeah. So, see, there are two things here, right? Coforge looks extended to some. Even to me, from some angle, it looks extended. But it will only matter if my entry in Coforge is perhaps a positional entry. For someone who likes to enter with X risk and who wants 2X or 3X price, Coforge is actually perfect, right? So if you manage to get any entry somewhere or right above there, you will basically have 4% stock. Or if you go intraday, then you will have even less stock. So given the fact that the guys have liked the earnings and they have pushed the price 11%, it's highly likely that the next up move will come and will be equally good. So now Suven Pharma is a stock which I don't know, but definitely something is cooking here, and the price will tell. Now I really don't know what it is. Will perhaps some news will come around, but it's just not possible that when the markets are in such distress, a stock would still hold up like this so beautifully, right? So this has to be the only not bad thing, not deserving. The only thing is that sometimes I tend to look at ATRs, and I generally prefer ATR more than 4 or 5 because that's what you get on a day. Still very good stock. Jackson Pal Pharma slightly high volatile. Amy Organic, again, these are the kind of stocks, like I said, you have to keep on your radar. So had it been perfectly okay market, then yesterday was a great entry. This was off the 50-day bounce, and then this would be a PVC entry. And so insider trading, perhaps they already knew the results. Again, this is also why I say, I mean, I don't know, Amy Organics is pharma or chemical, I don't know, but like that space, right? Wabag is the leader in this space, so definitely a good name one can get in. Same with Newland, doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. I don't see much of distribution here as well, to be really honest. So the question then becomes, इतना तो भाग चुका है और कितना भागेगा? I mean, yeah. So और बहुत भाग सकता है, you know. That question I started to ask Newland that question when it reached 2400 or so, and like within a year it is at 14,000. So I have stopped asking that kind of questions because after a point of time you feel really stupid. Paytm is also sort of a leader, has been consistently going slowly. So if you like this kind of name, go ahead. This is also a stock which is, again, my problem is that I don't know actually what these guys do. JSW Holdings, banks, brokers, sounds like from an interesting this one. So yeah, this is also this is from the transformer space, but yeah, 5%. Same with Polymedicure. Okay, now Polymedicure is similar to Suven Pharma and some other stocks from this space. Looks so this last 5 days price action is actually slightly not bad. You know, it's like the price action is almost equal to, you know, that scientist which is eccentric but can also go mad. This is what this price action is. It is volatile, but this volatile after this volatile price action, it could actually break out like crazy, but due to that some percentage chance it could also break down. So there is slight bit of risk here, but looks very strong. Like looks like the cup of the thing is made, and this could turn out to be a handle. So there's Polymed. So watch out for new strength in fertilizer stock. You know, the likes of Deepak Fertilizer, Paradeep Phosphate also did a good result. So and today would be a gap up on results. So so this is at least, if not immediate entry as a swing trader, something for later when it sets up better. You know, SJS Enterprise also had a great entry today. I guess on good results. So these price action on results. So this could be that one thing which helps you to narrow down. Okay, so this guy already had good results. People already like it. So इसमें ज़्यादा वो नहीं होता है. Like the risk is not there. Also, I mean, when this was happening, it was very close to 50 DMA. Okay, maybe people didn't like Privy much, but from price action point of view, it still looks fine. This pullback has slightly more volumes than I would have liked. So abhi chhod dete hain, like already too many names. Now VMart, I don't know how the results were today, or the results are yet to get declared later, but this is a very strong stock. Now you can see this also has a very strong character basis for some 20, 30, 40 days without giving up much gains, and then one fine day decides to break out. So if you have cash lying around and if you want to get in, just put a GTT above that level. Goofich, yeah, I mean, we have stocks which looks like it, so we'll just pass. Himmat Singh is a big base, slightly more erratic per price action, but has to prove himself much more, slightly more. Ice Make also, again, this is yeah, some apparently a good stock and setting up nicely, I would say. So it's also not very extended, both on the price level from the MAs, also not from the M swing level. So you know, so this is a very nice sort of a level. I would say if this guy takes out with a nice price action, is also a 20%er. This looks good to me. And also very small, very low float. So not low float plus small M cap. So be careful to. I mean, like if you dislike that kind of a stock. Manorama Industries, again, there is this thing called speciality here. Perhaps this is also a chemical industry. and there is something cooking here. So Gillette yesterday had a good uh, reaction on earnings. HVE, like highest volume ever. You know, how old is this company? Pretty old. So again, this would be like in the last 8 years, because I think they also have a time limit to calculate a look back period. But even this is fantastic, like uh, highest volume in the last 8 years. So look at the volumes since May 23rd. I mean, why did this not come into our radar? Looks good. And perhaps another new this one. But to be fair, this will give a tight area somewhere here. I'm pretty sure. So right now we'll not put that in the list. Maxfin was a good result on earnings, and any time it breaks out, now the pivot is shifted to this guy. That is an entry. Similarly, Arihant Capital was strong, was one of the mainstays in the top 100 list. Has now formed a big base, perhaps some more accumulation here for the Greek guys, and this is right now at a very low risk state. Okay, earnings soon, so be careful of that. Some of them have taken a good beating, even the good looking names, so be careful of that. HCG, yeah, still cannot say that pharma and health has gave up the number one position in the stock in the sectoral rankings. They are still good. Okay, so somehow don't like the volatility for my liking. Thyrocare again, buying started from here even before earnings. So yeah, right now it's extended a little bit. This is a big base, and first pullback would be a good place to. Okay, Krishna Diagnostics. Again, this is slightly extended for my liking. Gopal Snacks. Now, Gopal Snack has been very strong. Has not run too much far up from the IPO base breakout area, which was here. Let's say this is the second pullback. So this is the breakout, first pullback, second pullback. So it still is lucrative in my opinion. Okay, Ritco Logistics. I'm not sure how the logistics stuff is doing. Yeah, MCAP. Okay. Orient Cement. Yeah, very tight price action. Okay, I will clip it. Sia Silk, volatile. Skipper. There is something to like about this, like accumulation at every bounce of the MA. There is accumulation clearly. So looks like even if it is run already, looks like still has some legs. And yeah, if you thought that okay, I missed Skipper at some point, then probably this is the chance to get in. There is something I don't like here. I can't tell you what. Probably this wedging up sort of a structure. Yeah, so this space is very bullish. This Crisil and like one or two names here, they also did fantastic on results. But right now slightly extended. So okay, hopefully if it puts a handle. Auto Shoto right now not very interested, but looks good at 50 DMA. But yeah, just because I don't like the auto space right now, not so much. But again, this is I think OEM, so maybe not directly the auto. Jash. So since I'm leading the scanning session, you will also see that some of my biases against certain stocks will come up. I just don't know why I don't like this stock. It's really hard to pin it. Yeah, but this is a base. This is a good base. I mean, the uptrend has volumes. Downtrend does not have much. Uptrend also again has volumes. Downtrend has one red candle, but this definitely is not selling. It's absorption rather. And again, this uptrend has volume. So there is no reason to for me to dislike this, but somehow I so Divi Slab. Now, this is a really good place for the stock. We know that this is clearly a good stock, and now it has come to the to also a place of our liking. And any breakout of this is a clear buy. If you are very confident about the stock, one can also buy inside the base. I mean, there's not a problem. Kiri Industries, again specialty chemicals. Look how they are, like basing constructively. No entry as of now, but if you look at this on a weekly time frame, yeah, this is a good looking base. Okay, when does this list end? TBZ, Trib Bhimji Zaveri is also a good base. And again, so this is where, like my initial uh, exposure to classical charting and classical technical analysis sometimes now works against me as a swing trader, because the classical entry here would be above this, in almost none of the classical charting textbooks do they tell you to buy things here. And so I think buying here is more lucrative than buying this, because yeah, of the risk and all that. So again, this is also very very similar to, let's say, Goldium, at a good at a good point by point at 50 DMA. And after this huge up move, this is probably the first time it's basing. So once and if it leaves the base, then it will open up for a longer possible up move. Erratic Dixon, erratic. I again, like, it's Dixon, right? So people will always come and buy, but I really don't like this, so I would rather not take a chance. Sundaram Clayton. I mean, we clearly know that there are people interested in this stock, and it also is bounced from a low risk area. So that's why, like, 50 DM is very important. Sometimes to take a punter bet, I mean, because if you can get it here, and if it goes up, then you are risk free. So that's why I really like 50 DMA at times when things are things are not looking really good. So Platt Industries, another name which looks really good. This is a very healthy action. I mean, the for some reason stock came down till here, but they whatever supply was there, they just took it up. So it's slightly risky in the sense, sometimes what happens, they again can come back in search of supply in this long tail areas, and that's why I wait for the breakout of this previous high. And once the price moves above this, that risk is slightly gone. So honestly, don't know what the stock does, but looks okay, looks good actually. This is another stock. Okay, doesn't look so good when I do this, but definitely if you just look at here, it looks like a cup and handle. OAL, another name from specialty chemicals. So have you seen, like, how many specialty chemical sort of names are there here? Definitely something must be going on. Also, this is at this beginning of a possible. This is a beginning of stage 2. Let's say it will be more clear on a weekly chart. So we had a previous stage 2, then a very small stage 3, let's say, or one can also say this is an entirely a stage 2 base. However way you would like to see it, what has happened here is a change of trend. So this high has been taken out and pulled back, and then another leg up. So also clearly we know that from the volumes that people are accumulating this, and these are signs enough for us to now trust this stock in some way. Yeah, so this tight area breakout would be a place. Aditya Birla, Sun Life, AMC. The perfect entry was gone, which was yesterday, but again, yeah, like positionally one can still chase these 3-4% up, but I will not chase them. I will not take it right now. There is something here which I don't like. Star, positionally there is no space to chase it, because you either buy it somewhere here or you buy it somewhere here. Currently it's slightly extended to chase it positionally, but yeah, looks good, but there are better names around. Okay, so I might need to explain what's going on in PSU, or need to not explain, discuss PSUs differently. So it looks like PSUs probably are again getting some getting some money flow, but they see, you can either buy PSUs on this day when they are actually going back up. So for example, perhaps SBI today was an entry when they are actually bouncing off and making getting out of the tide zone, but not the next day or the next day. Okay, why? Because most of the time these bounces will halt, and they might form an extended sideway area. Okay, so for example, the time to get back in from a low risk point of view would have been yesterday. It reclaimed 50 on the back of good earnings, and also had a follow through today. But now if you chase it, you would find yourself in this kind of consolidation. Sometimes it's like that, or sometimes it's even falling down. So that's why better to be ready to catch here, or trade the next entry point. So Moti Sun, very similar to some other jewelry name like we discussed, also is at a good point. Okay, the last one is Rayfex. I love this. I don't know why so much. It looked like an entry here, but it failed on the same day. Did sort of went back, but right now it's at an even better space. So also from the if you look at the M swing, it's very close to zero and now starting to point up. So that's the list, let's say, and you already have a lot of name here already to fish from. If we now go and see like 55 of the top 100 is what I like. I mean, that's going to be difficult. So how do you now go about clipping down, making this list short? So couple of things you can do. You can deep dive on certain sectors and say, okay, I will say that out of these names, I will look at sectors, or what's the other word? Hold on. Industry or sector which are doing really great, right? So if you look at from the point of view of which is the sector which is doing really great currently, and the answer to that would be financial services. You can see that financial services on an average has given the best return, and not just in the recent past, but it also has been very strong. Okay, so this is definitely strong, right? Financial this one. If you look at the same data from a slightly different angle, and I have some additional plots here for you. So this is sectoral M swing. So what it says is, what is the average M swing value of the stocks from this sector. So in here as well, you will see that the financial services are at the top, which means that on an average, the M swing value of all names inside the financial services sector is 0.45, whereas the second best is that of pharma. Okay, and yeah, so that's why I'm saying that pharma is still like, you know, there and thereabouts. You don't count it out just because financials has started to emerge. Okay, now, so you can then choose to take that way and then say that okay, 50 is too many names for me. So what I'll do is I'll probably make sure that if there is a good entry on financial services sector, then I will attack that. So then you have to know that which are the stocks in the financial sector. So you click here and see, okay, these are the names: MCX, BSE, CAMS, KFIN, IEX, CDSL. From here, IEX is clearly not so great. Okay, I don't have individual values here, but if you now then go through the list of individual names here, financial services, okay, why is MCX not clipped? So you will see that two of the names which we chose from the top 100 also belongs to the financial services sector, which are clearly very strong. So then you see that, okay, so then BSE Limited will go to the top, like, you know, top shelf of your stocks, which you are interested in, like, very soon. So now what you do is like, okay, on daily it looks really good. Let me hunt for a better entry on a 25 minutes. So if you look at 25 minutes, you will find that, hey, perhaps today could have been an entry, right? This will be slightly early entry, but if you had an entry today, you will have a stop loss right below this. Another entry, which is more traditional kind of an entry, would be when this high gets taken out. So what I do once I decide that is I create an alert, and during the day, whenever this goes I just, like, I don't even see the price, you know, I just click it. So that's how I got an entry in Jyoti Structures today. Like, I had this I mean, on 25 minutes, I saw this guy, the 25, I mean, the 5-day daily moving average is now getting, the price is getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and the last recent candle ke upar I had the thingy, and the moment I saw, ooh, that like, I mean, every 5-10 minutes I have some alarm going on, and when I quickly saw it's Jyoti, I just did not see the price. I just, like, bam, right? So that kind of an execution is possible. But even if you cannot execute that way, like 4 to 5% of a stop loss is still tight as a swingo positional trader. So let's say BSE is one name which, you know, is now at the top of the hit list. So you can see how you can narrow down from a list to now saying that, okay, BSE is so one way to make this even better is what you do here is you add a section, and you, where is that? You take this up. Okay, BSE, right? And then you will find that, okay, hold on, not just BSE, there are many other names in the list which are similar to sort of BSE in terms of strength. And you know that, like, Angel One is clearly very similar to the group. So, and also had a very nice, this one, you clearly have accumulation, you clearly do not have distribution. So why not also hunt I mean, this already gave a very nice entry today, but again, it's can be entered also. Yeah, so that would be the way to go. Let's look at some other names which are really doing well. So and definitely, like, similarly, financial services, pharmaceuticals, finance. So these are the top three, right? So if you have to, so what I'm trying to do is right now is not telling you that, hey, go and only buy this and do not regard the other names here. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is, if you have a problem choosing, I mean, any of these names, once you have this list, literally, it doesn't matter. In a good environment, it doesn't matter which. But if you have a problem to further dial down the name, this is one way to go, is what I'm showing, right? Pharmaceuticals also is a good way. The other way would be to just say, okay, which is the in industry, which is the industry which is done really well in the last 20 days. So you'll find, like, okay, if there is any glass and glass product names, Asahi, Borosil, I don't think we had any of them. Yeah, so another way would be also to see which is the best index. So clearly CNX ID has been really good, because when every index fell during this current last 1 month or so, CNX ID did not fell, right? And albeit others have caught up. So CNX ID, so a couple of names in CNX ID which were good on results, you can actually push them up. So for example, Coforge would be one which I will push up, right? Again, MCX also would go up because sector strength. VMart will also go up because of group strength. For sure, all this Mart chart names, any Mart names are like doing really well, right? EPAC also probably should go up because of the group strength. I mean, it doesn't look so pretty here, so maybe you can push it down. The other names I would also maybe push up would be the jewelry names, because they clearly were really strong and now has gone sideways or created bases for a considerable period of time. These names, the Motilal OFS and other names, are also very quite strong. I don't know why this is internet text. Is IT stock? Yeah, so again, yes, Motisan is also again the Motisan, and the other one, what is that? Yeah, TVZ. There is another one, Goldium. So those names will also be at the top of the list. A B C D E F G G G. And how did we miss Goldium? Okay, Goldium is already there. TBZ. You should push TBZ up. Yeah. So see, we have a bunch of names to work with right now, and you don't have to be so methodical. Okay. Yes, you can use these things to push your decision making and bias yourself towards the SOC, but the truth is that all of them can do well. Okay, so use your bias. All it needs to have is, it needs to be a strong stock, and it needs to be at a place which is low risk, which will allow you to manage your risk. Okay, once you make these two things abundantly clear in your setup, after that it's just like what we are doing right now is just to make the decision making easy for us is all. Okay, so for example, right now my decision making is very simple. I am going to disappear, so I cannot have more trades. So what I would like to do is, I would like to have at max 2 or 3 trades, and that means that, see, the difference between 10 trades and 3 trades from one point of view is 7 less decisions to make, right? So currently I have Jyoti structures. That is all I'm gonna manage, and possibly hunt for entries in Wari. Okay, so And if something really nice pops up from the list which we made, say BSE, maybe, hey, who knows. So maximum 3 or 4 stocks is what I'm trying to do right now. So I actually don't even have to look at the others. And the other thing what you can do is the next problem we run into is, okay, so let's say you spend 1 hour making this list, and tomorrow the stock market is like really upbeat and you don't want to miss a day, but none of your stocks have also fired. Doesn't mean that you cannot get in these stocks. Okay, so what you just do is you just toggle this which stock uh, has given a strong start or moved more. Like today, even before the strong start list came, I knew that Federal Bank was going to make a strong start, and I also posted in the group. And how exactly this, like 9:07 this list appears, and then you just toggle this and you see that, hey, Federal Bank, which had results yesterday, is up like some 3-4%, right? So then if you already did your homework, and if that guy is up, then that is a possible entry for you also. Okay, so you can play this a lot of different ways, but mota I think this is the way one can go about scanning. And just to wrap up, we are already 1 hour. So what makes a good stock? Relative strength at low risk. Currently group strength थोड़ा सा देख लियो that results are not due but already done, and price action is positive. That would also add more, make the stock less risky, given the fact that the markets as a whole are still not out of the water. Okay, I'm done. I will take questions if there are any. Where are you guys? Here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, good. All right, folks. If there are any questions, so I think Anil, you apologies to the rest. Some of you do not, most of you do not have this one. So this dashboard will be here. Ooh, okay. You don't have the. Do you guys still have the access to the sheet, the HPA sheet? Momentum score dashboard here. Okay, this dashboard. So what I'll do is I'll quickly copy the link and also paste here. I'll also paste in the group. Yeah, I will also send the link. So very soon this dashboard will be this charting scanners, not scanners. Yeah, this will be everything. You'll find it here, so you don't have to go through this list. But yeah, I still have to do it. Okay, there are some messages here. Prakash, can you explain if you have swing entries and how do I don't necessarily use AVWAP for swing entries, but I like to clip them at good swing highs and swing lows, just like how I do with intraday swing trades. Very similar. Anil, what are this year Diwali peak? Actually, I am very bullish in China. So if I were to say one stock or one investment which I think will definitely do well in the next 1 year or so, would be China. Yeah. FIs and DIs have increased their stake in Indigo Paints considerably. Yes, that is visible, I guess. Okay, guys, no more questions. This was a good chat. Hopefully markets behave according to our liking. And yeah, happy Dhanteras to you all, and good night.